Hickok 45 here with some 8mm going into a Mauser. That just seems right, doesn't it? Shooting a bowling pin seems just right to me, so let's do it. Even if it's upside down. There's one on the ground. I think shooting a gong feels right. I'm going to shoot a gong if I can. Oh, wow. I'm going to hit him again. Maybe I shouldn't be shooting 8mm at it, but I'm doing it anyway. I'll try that red plate below it so I can miss one. Don't get too cocky here. Man, I can't see that sight. Yeah, saw it well enough to hit it, but it's not much sight. I need to paint it. I think I probably said that in the last video, and I have not done it. Although I have shot this a little bit. Now, I think I'm going to shoot it some more. You think I should? Yeah, I knew you would agree. It's been chapter 2, of course, but it's been 2 years almost. It's just amazing how fast time flies. I feel like I just got this rifle, and it was, I think, October 2017, because I made some joke about that it was made in 1917, you know, about how old it was then, and could not do the math on it. But I've gotten a lot smarter. Now I figured out it's 102 years, you know, in 2019. But it's an old rifle, and I will definitely link to the first video. You make sure I do it. You let me know if I forget, and I will make sure I do that, because I give you the history of this and how, you know, it looks kind of like a K98, the standard, you know, K98. So many of them were made in the 1930s, but this one was 1917. Okay, it's an early carbine, and there your stacking hook is one of the old giveaways there, and I talk about that in that video. It's shaved a little bit. It's not quite as heavy, but of course it's still 8mm. And this one is just to me, it's a primo example. I love the look of it and the feel of it, and I wanted to get it out. In fact, I've had it out a few times, and I knew a lot of you probably just sensed that I had been shooting it a little bit, and were probably getting mad at me, just gradually, slowly getting angry that we didn't film any of it. Okay, so I know you people, and so I thought we'd just do a chapter 2. Give me an excuse to shoot it some more. I'll put some of these in my pocket, take a few shots. Oh yeah, this is an actual clip, remember. You push the ammo in, and then you can just push the bolt forward, you know, and let that fall. I usually catch them because, you know, they're not cheap. And then if you have a Renegade watermelon or 2-liter in the area, you can just take care of it. Wow, blasted that one, didn't it? Oh, let's shoot the Kentucky 2-liter. Woohoo! 8mm will take care of things. Usually I'll get in a different angle on that green one so I don't hit the tree. Oh man, am I gonna hit it? Yeah. I try to take care of my trees, okay? We're not gonna lose a lot of sleep, lie awake at night if I, you know, scrape a tree or something. Most of the trees you see were not even here when I bought this place. I growed them, okay? Not those in those woods, but all these straight ahead to your left, they didn't exist. Didn't know I was a tree farmer, did you? Let's get this red one right here. Wow! I think 8mm sends them off more than some other rounds we shoot. See if I can hit that bowling pin around those plates. I don't want to hit those plates. They're a little close to be shooting at, right? I have more ammo right here on my person, okay, for this high capacity assault rifle. Let's shoot that paper target and see if I can hit it somewhere. You reckon I can? I don't know, it's a long way out there. Long way. I think I probably hit it. Let's put another one on just to make sure. Wow, what a marksman. I hit that 3-foot target. Get those big 8mm rounds in there. They're pretty nice. You know, one of the things about my ranges here, it's so tempting to shoot like the cowboy hanging there, you know, or one of these discs, or that hog. but they're a little close for shooting steel with a high-powered rifle, okay, center-fire rifle. So I won't do it. I'll restrain myself. I do see a bowling pin there, though, that has not been addressed. Let's take care of him. Boom. And let me see if I can hit that red plate again over there, even with my poor eyesights and sights and everything else. Oh, I jerked it on that one. Yep, that one too. I was holding to the right, I think. You know, did you ever shoot and you just know you're going to miss because you knew it wasn't a good trigger pull, even if you can see the sights really well? I'm going to try it again, though. It doesn't matter how many rounds it takes. I'm going to hit that red plate. I am going to have to do a little bit with that front sight. I think paint it white. Could use orange, I guess, but I think that would help a great deal. These are like these sights, kind of like an AK, you know, basic stock sights on an AK or something. They're difficult for a lot of people to get a clear sight picture from. So let me try that thing again. Oh, now that was really on there. I must have been low. I'm gonna raise it a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit low is all. All right, now let's take out this. No, let's hit the gong. Let's try the red plate again. Let's see, I was shooting low. Yeah, so let me put it on, well, let me go ahead and fire that shot. There we go. Okay, I'm having to hold a little bit too high. I'm gonna, oh, even the sight gets hot. I'm gonna raise it just a tad, see if that helps. Now I'm gonna hold on, 6 o'clock hold. And missed it. So I need to play with it a little bit, don't I? Yeah, I won't shoot too much more. I don't want to keep you all late tonight, but I did want to bring it out and shoot it, and did not want to keep you all out and shoot it without your attendance. Like I said, it's just you see those marks. Those do look like kill marks. You know, John and I were talking about it before we started here again. That's just definitely what that has to be put in that groove there for intentionally. The only question is, did somebody do it again? I think, as I mentioned in the first video, someone might have thought that was really cool to do in 1960. You never know, but they do look old, and you know, that's the thing about these old military surplus rifles. You don't know the history, but you can make some pretty strong assumptions, can't you? Because of everything that went on, World War I, World War II. This rifle very likely used in both. I mean, I think there was a need for every rifle anybody could get their hands on at the time by pretty much all countries involved. So an operational rifle was probably not just sitting in a warehouse somewhere, you know, so it was probably used. And I know I see a lot of comments from people that get the heebie-jeebies when they think about some firearm like this. That's obviously, you know, a military firearm that was used. They get a little queasy about it, and will even make comments that they wouldn't want to own one, or, you know, and that sort of thing. I understand, but again, it's a piece of wood and metal, and you know, as I always say, guns are not violent, guns are not kind. They just are inanimate objects. But you know, the history, if it's really strong, you know, it can make a difference in people's perspective. So I just find them fascinating, not because they might have killed somebody, just the history and what they've been through and all of that. Because the rifle didn't kill anybody. The person behind it did. And the country that sent him or her to war, right? So, all right. Let me try that again. Let me rethink that now. It was going a little bit low. So, yeah, I need to raise it at rear sight. All right. Still low, I guess. Bring it up a little. Yeah, okay. Just a hair more. Okay. There we go. I was holding 6 o'clock and I popped it. Okay. I always like to get my sights adjusted just before the video's over. You know, it's my strategy. I'm going to shoot the bottom of that propane tank. Okay. Now it will go through the one end. That's the main thing. It's not going to bounce off. So I'll put one right there. Boom. Okay. Now I've got one more. What do you think I should shoot? Anybody want to vote? Well, I'm just going to ignore you all, and I vote for the watermelon. That time of year again. Whoa! 8mm is a nice round. I think I should eat that. Oh man, yeah, and that's a nice rifle. It's just cool. The military surplus rifles, they're still not cheap these days, but they're not like buying a $3,000 AR or some expensive firearm like that. Depending on their condition and what they are, you can still find them fairly reasonably. Just depends on what it is, and there's nothing more fun to go out and shoot. Whether it's an .03 Springfield, because where it's bolt action. How many shots have I fired today? What I loaded about 4 times maybe. So literally a box of ammo, even though it's not cheap, and an old historical firearm. I mean, that's just a lot of fun. Now, if you're going out to shoot for 2-3 hours with a buddy or something, or an enemy or whatever, you could stand around and shoot 300-400 rounds, get really expensive. But I think most people realize that, and they may take a rifle like this to shoot a box of ammo with, or 2, whatever they can afford, and then maybe a .22 and some other firearms. So even though it's not cheap per shot, it's not a firearm you just feel like you've got to fire 100 rounds or you haven't had any fun. So pretty cool. I'll again link to the first video, give you more of the history of it. It was made at Erfurt, 1917. So quite a historical piece, and it is just to me special to be able to bring it out and fire it. And it's really special to bring you all along. So I'm glad you're here. Glad you support us and the people that support us. We appreciate that. So I don't know what else I could tell you that wouldn't be a lie, but we're gonna go now, okay? And we're at the Gong Club range, so we're a little ways from the other range in some direction. I don't know if it's that way, that way, that way, or that way, or that way, but we're somewhere in relation to the main range, and we're going to go back to it and do some shooting over there. So glad you found your way over here into the woods, and we'll talk to you later. Life is good.
Oh yeah, that's better. This is a great gun for defense. Oh hey, didn't see you guys there. While I've got you here, I want to remind you of our friends over at Talon Grips and Ballistol. Talon Grips makes grips, can you believe it, for all different types of firearms. You can get rough texture or more of a rubberized texture. It just sticks right on there. Really affordable, really cool option to improve the grip for your handguns or rifles. So please check them out at talongungrips.com. You'll be glad you did. And also Ballistol. Dad has been using Ballistol for many years. It's a cleaner and a lubricant, and it's non-toxic. It works really great, and we're happy to have them on board since it's been a part of our shooting endeavor for a very long time. So go to ballistol.com, talongungrips.com, and also while you're out there, I'm juggling all these things here. Also, while you're on the internet, please do check out our other social media like Hickok45 on Facebook. There's also Hickok45 on Twitter, The Real Hickok45 on Instagram. There's a John_Hickok45 on Instagram where I do some things. There's Hickok45.com. You can find us also on Gunstreamer. So check out all that stuff and then watch more videos.